So there will be interruptions, that's inevitable. See you next week. Namaste. Here we are for the final day, day 14. I hope that you've enjoyed spending the last 14 days with me. I know I've really enjoyed spending them with you. And I'd like to invite you today, as we finish off these 14 days of at least 10 minutes of yoga, to really find some fun, find some play in your practice. I really want to show you that yoga doesn't need to be serious all the time. Yes, it is a serious practice at times. It's about looking into the self, understanding the self. But there's a lot to be said for just playing. And I know for a fact your kids are showing you each and every day how important play is. And for some reason, as adults, we seem to forget this. So today, I'd really like you to find some fun in your practice, which may mean ignoring this video altogether, going outside, doing some cartwheels on the grass, finding a wall, doing some handstands, busting out a handstand without a wall if that's in your practice. Whatever it is to have a little bit of fun, hanging upside down on monkey bars, whatever fun means for you. It may even not be a physical act for you. It may be doing some colouring in, some just mindful sitting. It might be reading a book, playing a game. All of this can be your yoga if it's approached in an intentional way. And it becomes a part of your practice. In fact, I hope that throughout these 14 days that you've started to see that it's not just about what we do on our mat, that yoga becomes a part of our entire lives, and hopefully, if we let it, makes the rest of our lives better as well. So I'm going to lead you through a 10-minute practice today that is fun for me and that I enjoy doing. I'm really into working on handstand at the moment. I'm adamant that I'm going to be able to stick a handstand by the time my youngest can stick walking. Same sort of idea. I figure we've got the same time span to recover and to prepare for it, so why not? But this is my idea of fun. It may not be yours, so feel free to take it off the mat today if that's what you like. I'm going to come to the front of my mat. You're welcome to go where you need to go today. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to fold. Bend into those knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, I'm going to jump back. So you may just be stepping back today. I'm going to find some movement here in my plank. I like to move a bit more fluidly when I'm working in my own practice, not being so stuck in what we see is a traditional yoga flow. So just moving however feels good for you. And this may be with me, or it might be just following your own body. So I often like to roll through my planks, really lifting through that upper back and letting the rest of the body flow, and then lifting up. And finding some movement through that spine. Maybe moving back through a half dog, taking the legs a little bit wide, finding some space through the hamstrings, finding some space through the spine. So maybe moving into Wild Thing that feels good for you today. So you don't need to move to the side of your mat. I just do it because I'm limited on space here. So I often like to play with a few handstand hops, so you might like to also lift one leg off the ground, and your handstand hop might look like this. Just a few centimeters off the ground, or maybe you're able to kick up a little bit higher, find a little bit of balance on the hands. Whatever feels good for you today. So stay with the breath. Feel a little bit free in your practice to move however you want to move. So remember, it's my aim today to really just get you to start moving in the way that serves you, in a way that you see as fun, that you see as positive. Rather than this being a standard class that you follow. If you do want a standard class, jump on my channel. And sometimes it's nice to just work with breath and rhythm rather than all the instruction that comes with a regular class. You may notice that my flows really just go where I'm feeling. I'm sort of trying not to overthink it. I sort of feel like if there's a niggle in any particular part of my body that I move into it. I have my favorite poses that I like to practice. But then sometimes it's that my body just goes where it wants to go anyway. And I think a yoga practice can be like that as well, not always so serious, not always so structured and rigid. So if you can't quite reach the toes, you can also work with this pose, holding onto the shins. So maybe your knees are bent rather than straight. Remember, stay with the breath. So you might like to join me in bridge, lifting up through the hips, drawing the knees together, maybe coming higher up onto the arms. So my goal today is not to show you a perfect practice, because I certainly don't have one, nor do I really believe there is a perfect practice. It's more about encouraging you from here to start creating your own practice, to start having fun with it, getting sweaty, maybe getting a little bit uncomfortable, but most importantly, keeping that light-hearted idea of play at the center. So at the end of your practice, just slow it down. Allow yourself time to come back to the breath. Come back to your center. And then when you're ready, slowly come back up to join me. If you're still with me, that is. So I hope today's practice, and in fact I hope the 14 days, have really encouraged you to get to know your yoga practice, to make it personal for you, to have a little bit of fun with it, to find balance and contrast between strength, flexibility, heat, quiet, calm, all of these things that make up our experience in daily life we can experience on the mat and we can explore on the mat. So learning about ourselves, learning about how we interact with our world, and hopefully starting to create a bit of awareness about how we're interacting in our world so we don't have to be on autopilot. We can reset those bad habits that we've just been playing over and over again and start really creating the life that you want to live. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this 14-day reset. I hope that you're feeling like some of those old habits are out the door, you're feeling refreshed, that you've started this year or this month or wherever you started off extremely well. So I hope you continue to practice after these 14 days. Maybe it's not every day, maybe it's longer than 10 minutes, maybe it's less than 10 minutes, maybe it's just in your awareness of going about your daily life. I hope that I see you around on Facebook or Instagram if you follow me there, maybe on the channel. Leave me a comment, say hi, maybe send me an email if you enjoyed these 14 days. I love hearing from you. If you'd like to continue to practice with me, I'd love to invite you to join my studio. There's new classes all the time for pregnancy, postnatal, practicing with kids, baby wearing, all different types. Perfect for every mother out there. You can practice wherever you are, whatever time of night you like, whatever time of day you like. And I hope that it inspires you to get on your mat, to really create a life you love, and to really enjoy this precious time with family. Namaste.